Let's move on to our MVPs. Matt, who you got?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know we're about to talk about it, so I'm already going to hit on it because you already mentioned it. I think the MVP that I saw was Marcus Stripling. I think there's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk around him in spring practice already. I got a quote from Venables just a couple days before the game about looking for some leadership on the team other than Gabriel and Theo Weiss, and he's looking towards Marcus Stripling on the defensive side. And what he said is Marcus Stripling is really, and he would be the first to tell you, he's transforming right before our eyes. It's one of the coolest things ever. So he's already been on the team for a couple of years. I think this is really his breakout year with that Venable style defense will really let him thrive and what he's good at. And you can already see in the game, I mean, he's a beast. 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. He's going to be getting after it. He was my MVP of the game.
Love it. I'm going to go with the pass rush. I think what Todd Bates and Miguel Chavis are doing, you can tell that there's a reason they're very high paid assistants and why Brent brought them in. I think they're doing a great job with the pieces that they have, and I can't wait to see what the season looks like. Pat?
All right, I'm going to put on the hot take hat.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. The day for this one, this MVP.
This early? No.
Yes. Agree with everything Mark said earlier about Tawee Walker. I love Eric Gray, and I hope I'm wrong about this hot take, but he's not proven at OU yet. And I think Tawee Walker is going to come in and, I mean, after a few games, I could see him actually splitting running handoffs with Eric, and I think he beats out Barnes as well. I'm excited about Barnes. Everything you guys said about Barnes was good, but
I kind of like
Walker.
Pat,
I mean, that short explosiveness, it was incredible. I loved it.
Yes,
and we haven't had a running back like that since I don't even know who was our last 5'10", 180, 190-pound running back. Who's small and explosive and can catch balls out of the back and
been a long time,
run and be dynamic and all that stuff. And I'm excited for Tawee Walker. I think that's good. I think he got so many carries because they wanted to see this stuff. And Eric Gray, 54 yards, but he found one hole and the defense was lined up on the left and he ran to his left. So I don't know.
Patrick, I was going to hold myself back. I don't know if y'all could tell I was holding back a little earlier.
A little bit.
I don't with the hat.
I'm going to hot take this hot take.
Uh-oh.
Tawee Walker will be starting
by I think it's possible.
The midpoint of the season.
It's possible.
Wow.
The guy was a stud in JUCO. He's proved that he can take carries at that level, and we want to get up and get moving. Eric Gray is a platoon guy. Tawee Walker doesn't have to be.
Yeah. And guys, actually, I'm concerned about something. I don't know if this is a website browser issue, but I was on the OU roster just trying to find Tawee Walker on the roster because I wanted to look up stats or whatever. Couldn't find him. And I don't know if I was just searching incorrectly, but he wasn't on OU.
He's not on the spring roster.
He's
not on the spring football.
Yeah, he's not officially on the spring roster. And I need that updated tomorrow with a scholarship if that's not already a thing.
Wow.
Guys,
that's weird.
Guys, I was thinking of a small running back, just like you said, Patrick. The guy that comes to mind that I used to watch in the early 2000s, Quentin Griffin, 5'7", 190 pounds. So could be a very similar comparison if the hot take comes true. But that's what exactly came to mind was Quentin Griffin.
You know what I'm going to say? National champion, Quentin Griffin.
Oh,
put some natty champ.
I mean,
how many years does Tawee have?
I don't know. Is he a grad transfer or just a transfer? I have no idea.
He's a JUCO transfer.
I mean, he's probably going to the draft coming next year. So it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
I know.
It does matter. Because we're going to end the Big 12 with an at least 2-year run on top of the Big 12. And it matters because we need these guys to do that.
Yep. Absolutely. Mark, your MVP. Yep.
Brent Venables, man. It's easy. It's easy for me. Some of the notes that I wrote down. BV screaming at a defensive lineman while the O-line gets a false start. That's the best. That's the best, right? Is hey, they didn't do anything wrong. Why are you so mad? But it's so good. Kendall Dennis intercepts that pass from Dylan Gabriel And once he's done celebrating with his team, BV goes over to him and, he's like congratulating him and stuff, but then he's teaching him something else. He's like talking about his technique on something. No one does stuff like that after a big play, but he comes at it. And it's so just, hey, I'm here to help you. I want you to be the best you can be. Between that and just the way he opened the entire thing, leading the Boomer Sooner chant, bringing all of the alumni in to break, he's so proud to be the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes through in everything he does. God, we got lucky, man. This man is awesome. I'm so impressed.
I mean, look, man, there's not a lot of coaches who not only invites any alumni who's available to come to their spring game, but also calls them out to midfield before the game to take a family photo. That was impromptu. That wasn't on his script. Brent did that because he wanted to do that, because he wanted those alumni to get their recognition. And that's just something you don't, like Mark said, it's just something you don't get everywhere.
It's an innate thing that, it's hard not to make the comparison. It's an innate thing that Lincoln Riley never had, because to Lincoln Riley, football is always X's and O's. That's how we're going to win. Brent gets that it's bigger. Yeah. And that's something that I really have appreciated about him.
One thing. So I love that he was on the field with a microphone on his hand and all of that stuff, but that also means he wasn't calling the plays, the defensive plays. And I don't know if that's foreshadowing that he won't, but I was under the impression that he would.
No, I think he said it's Todd Bates. I think it's Todd Bates.
Okay.
He said he wasn't going. I mean, who knows?
But yeah, Todd Bates' title is co-defensive coordinator. So I would assume Todd's the one calling plays. And Brent, I guarantee you, has a very large hand in the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to what the play call is, I think it's Todd's job, and that's okay by me.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that. If Brent trusts him to do it, then I trust him to do it. That's how I'm going to look at a lot of stuff this year.